Welcome back everybody to another flipping video. Let's get into it. So, today we're going to be talking about flipping. Of course it's flipping. So, what is flipping? Flipping is whenever you buy a product like a Zorro scale and then you sell that puppy for a profit. So you buy it below the average selling price and then you sell it for a profit back onto the GE. Now here's some recommendations I recommend before you start flipping. I recommend at least a 5 mil cash stack. Preferably though, I would say 20 plus mil is what you're going to want. 5 mil, 20 plus mil. I definitely recommend 20 plus mil if you're going to flip, just because below 5 mil you can flip, but it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth your time. There's going to be other options that you can do to make money. So there are 3 categories that I consider in flipping. You have high volume items, highly used items, or rare items such as items from treasure trail rewards. Now, high volume items are things like Zorro scales, mahogany logs, blood runes, steel bars, cannonballs. These are the items that are going to give you what I call a consistent profit. So they're going to flip very quick and they're going to sell very quick. You're going to buy them, you're going to sell them quick. They're going to flip at better rates than the highly used, high cost items. These are what I call fillers in my videos. They're the things that have like a 5 plus or less margin on each of them. But the thing is, you can buy them in bulk. So you can really start to add up your profit with the high volume items. Now, the highly used / expensive items is what I call them, are things like Justiciar armor, any of the god swords, toxic blowpipes, dragon, crossbows, anything that is highly used in the game for like combat, really anything. I personally focus on combat items for the most part because that's just what I know, but hey, it's up to you. Now, we talk about rare items. I'm not going to mention those in this video because I'm still learning about rare items, and that is something that really skilled flippers do, and I'm just not comfortable with that yet, so we're just going to avoid that. So, high volume items, I always recommend flipping these puppies, okay? So we're gonna pick out some blood runes here. 427, 392. $388. That's a 5 GP margin right there. We can buy 9,999 of those. 50k profit. Literally. Do not skip high volume items. They're definitely worth it in the long run. Next we're going to check out here is a cannonballs. This one varies. Sometimes it's good flip, sometimes it's not. Let's see what we come out with. Okay, so yeah, 2 GP margin. We're going to wait on this one, see if we can get that margin to increase in the future. So right now, we're going to skip out on the cannonballs. Next item, Zorro scales. I absolutely love Zorro scales. Now, the only problem with these Zorro scales is there's not that large of a margin on them. But hey, you can sell 30,000 of them. 30,000. So it's a 2 GP margin. I'm going to go for that because that's 60k. So definitely go for Zorro scales whenever you're flipping high volume items. Next item is adamantite ore. It is actually one of my favorite items to flip. Let's see what the margin is on it here. 25. That's a decent margin, so we're definitely going to be going for some of those. 499. Awesome. Alright, well, those are some high volume items. There is a lot more that you can look up. One website I recommend looking up is just literally just the GE on RuneScape.com. I think I can leave a link down below to the website, but really any of those items, the first top 100 most traded items, those are all considered high volume items. They're going to have lower margins than some of the other items that you can flip, but it's going to be a consistent profit for the most part. Always flip blood and death runes. Watch your margins, because the problem with high volume items is that they can fluctuate in price very quickly, actually. So just watch your margins with the high volume items. Next items here is going to be the highly sought after. I don't know exactly what they're called. Highly sought after, valuable, highly used, popular items. So items like the Toxic Blowpipe, Fury, Brimstone Ring, Justiciar armor, any Barrows items, PvP items such as like Manta Rays, Granite Mauls, Knight's Knot helmets, Eternal Boots, Guardian Boots, Dragon Boots, Tomes of Fire, Dragon Crossbow, Elder Maul, all the AGSs, all Armadyl God Sword, and all the other God Swords. So any of these items would be a good flip. You just have to make sure that the margin is worth it on them. So that is the only thing you have to worry about. So look at that, 18k. I'm gonna go for it because the Brimstone Rings sell pretty well, so I know I'm gonna get my profit there, and they don't really fluctuate too often with their margin. So we're gonna go for 4 of those. Next item I'm gonna do is Toxic Blowpipe. They usually do not have that great of a margin on them, but hey, it's gonna be worth it because they flip like crazy. I say that and there's a 2k margin, so we're not gonna do that. We are not gonna do those blowpipes. So we can do Guardian Boots. Guardian Boots are one of my favorite flips, close to Mahogany Logs. I love Mahogany Logs, I love Guardian Boots. That's a decent profit right there. We're gonna go for that one as well. I think we'll buy 4 of these. And 3, we'll go for 3. And we could try out the Tomes of Fire. See what the Tome of Fire comes out. 684. 686. That's 2k. I'm just going to avoid that one for now. The Tomes of Fire don't sell as quickly for me, so it's not an item I'm going to invest in right now. So Eternal Boots are another item. You can try out Eternal Boots. There was one point before the Nightmare update came out where I was flipping these for like 200k each. That's how big the margin was. They're not like that anymore, obviously, but back before the Nightmare update came out, oof, flipping like crazy, man. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the gist of the valuable items, highly used items in the GE that you can flip. So I definitely recommend doing those if you have the money. If you have below 5 mil, I would say stick with high volume items, definitely. And once you actually start to grow that cash stack, you can start to transition towards these items. Okay, so tips. If the profit is not above 3%, it's not worth the risk. Now, that varies on the day for me. You have to figure out what a reasonable risk is for you. So always just remember that price, that margin can fluctuate. So you may end up losing money actually. So I always try and shoot for about a 3% return on investment. So I just said that actually. So yeah, here's some of the items that I flip regularly. You got the Fury, Guardian Boots, Justiciar Leggards, AGS, Armadyl Godsword. Let's go over some general tips for flipping, just overall. Don't spend your entire cash stack on one item. You want to keep your portfolio diverse to reduce the risk you are taking. That's something I always recommend. If I always tell people. Flip high volume items, flip expensive items. Just keep your portfolio diverse, okay? Watch your margins. That is another big thing. Make sure that your margin has not changed, especially for high volume items. One item that the margin fluctuates a lot is mahogany logs. So I only buy them about 1,000 at a time, just because I know they're going to switch margins before that 1,000 is bought, and by that point I may lose money already. So just watch your margins. Skill whenever you are waiting for items to flip in the GE. What I do for the most part, I like to fletch items whenever I'm waiting for like my just this year chest guards or leg guards to flip, because those can take a few minutes, so it's good to get some skilling in while you can. Don't let items sit in the GE overnight. This is a problem that I have seen a lot of new flippers do. Do not do it. It is a bad idea. The margin resets and you're most likely to lose money unless the item has gone up in value. And if it's gone up in value and you're shooting for that, then you're more interested in investing in items instead of flipping. Investing is something I am not comfortable with, so we're just going to avoid that. That's going to be another topic for another day. And that is all I had for you this video. I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and those who are going to subscribe. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I will see you guys in the next video.